So, welcome everybody to today's interview, CESI Talks. CESI Talks is a series of interviews we are realizing in the frame of the project called We, EP, with the financial support of the European Parliament. It is about bringing European policies and European stakeholders closer to our members and their affiliates. And today I'm particularly pleased to be able to welcome Rainer Lindholm from the Finnish trade union TVML. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's speak of Corona. Let's speak of the impact. How were the impacts in Finland on public services, and especially since TVML is representing staff in the customs? What were the impacts there?
Yeah, it has an impact to all the public services, and they who can do the distance work. I mean, working from the home or maybe from the summer house. Has moved to do that, and it's that everyone who can do that work they are doing, so they don't have to come to the offices, and of course it's a little bit helping you. You don't have to travel in the public transport, and that means that you don't get the possibility infection in the public transport, because that's the big issue when you are using the public transport. And COVID-19 has moved public services from the customer service point into the internet, and that's the huge difference. Everything which you get normally from the public services, you have to go to the internet, and that's a huge problem for some of the people, for the older people, for the sick people, for the young people. They are used to use the internet, so they see it's quite good to go to the internet and do all the things over there. Finland has been able to offer the public service during the whole pandemic. However, the processing time may have been extended a little bit, and some of the services they provide may have become some rushing then, and they who are not so good in the computers, they are struggling. They have a problem with it, and of course the elderly and the sick people get less attention and service, and that's, I think, the main thing that we have to do something about it.
So on the one hand, there was an impact in terms of service delivery, that some suffered, some benefited, others suffered from this online service delivery. What was the consequence for your members, your affiliates, and what was the importance then also for them to have a trade union like TVML?
Of course, we are helping them, but of course in my work, because I'm a custom officer, so we have a different kind of works. The main works are in the office, but then we have this, crime prevents work, which we have to be on the border, and the controls, we are doing them in the border. And of course, we provide face masks, and we have to wash our hands every day and have a distance and so on. And I think the biggest problem for the moment is that we don't know in the customs who are vaccinated for the COVID-19. We have a discussion between with my colleagues, but not everyone wants to say are they So that's the big problem, and they start to do something about it, because we know that we have few colleagues who are not vaccinated for the COVID-19, and they are young people. Yeah.
It's also probably a difficult decision to take a clear position here, because of course you represent both those vaccinated and those who are not. When it's about safety and health at work, this is of course an issue also for trade unions.
Yeah, we try to explain to them that they have to take care of the others who are working. So But we have a time when we was, 1.5 week ago, they said now you can come back in the office. And then this COVID-19 starts again. So now they make a new decision that, okay, you can move back from the office home again. So it's going a little bit up and down.
And we mentioned that you represent workers in the customs services. We spoke a lot today also, and in the past, basically since the beginning of the pandemic, about the importance of public services. Why do you think it will be important in the future to continue investing in public services?
It's because of the public services are so-called backbone, we call it. It's a backbone of everything. So taking care of the public services, the basic conditions for the functioning European Union and member states, public services are needed now and in the future. And availability and accessibility of the public services must be ensured not only in the internet, also the public, so you can get all those. And public sector, more educated resources and fair working conditions for the workers have to be done in the future. And of course the salary is always discussion about the salary, so it has to be a fair salary for the people who are working in the public sector.
So investment in public services, in the structure, infrastructure, the equipment, and of course, as you said, the human resources.
And of course the government has to make enough big budget for the public services. So we don't have every year to go and talk about that we need more money, we need more money for public services. So it has to be some kind of budget already for 2022 already now, that we know that we have the money.
Yeah, I think when we look at the pandemic and the fact that we can expect more, difficult situations in the future than be other health-wise, security-wise, or environmental-wise, we better invest in strong public services. Rainer, we're in the process now also of revisiting, the construction and the European Union as a whole. What do you think should the European Union deliver in the coming years in order to be sustainable, in order to be there for the citizens, for the workers?
I don't really know, but maybe open-minded, so the people know what the Commission, the European Union are doing. Because in Finland, I don't really know what they are doing. Now when I'm member of CESI, it's opened me a little bit more. It's so far away, let's say. Yeah, all the decisions are far away. And of course we have a commissioner in Finland, and they who are working in the parliament. They come and talk a little bit about it, but not so very often, so the people really don't know what they are doing. We know the bad things. Nothing is working, but they should come out with the good things, so the people know that even we have this COVID-19, we talk about that the European Union is not doing anything, but I still think they are doing a lot. Yeah.
A lot of instruments have been put in place. Quite important changes of paradigm have also been achieved. So I think Europe really, during this crisis, shown the added value. But it is not up to us to say. It's also up to the people, as you said, to realize that, to the workers, to our citizens, and let's try our best.
And of course, nothing to do with the European Union, but our parliament. People are talking about our parliament doing work, and of course you take the worst things and forget the good things they have done. So it's always. But we always have 3 months. Remember that the doctor says that human being is thinking back 3 months. When it's 4 months, you don't remember it anymore.
Dear Rainer, thanks a lot. You take care of yourself, and we see each other in Finland, hopefully.
Hopefully summertime. It's much better in the summertime.